What is up, everybody? It is your boy Triple G93 here, giving you another commentary match on one of the biggest maps in Halo Wars 2, or a lovely 3v3 match. I am playing as Johnson, and I want to go ahead and try out double barracks on this map to see how it turns out. I ended up going against a Vortis, a Arbiter, if I'm not mistaken. And then I don't know who Red was, honestly, because I wasn't even involved in that side of the lane whatsoever. So the way I'm opening up is supply, and then gen. And then I'm going to go ahead and get another supply pad afterwards, and then my fifth building slot will be the gen, because the mini base will allow me to go ahead and get the appropriate double barracks I'm trying to go for. So I always try to start off with an early scout to go ahead and try and grab resources or kill additional units I can go ahead and try and go after. And so far so good. I end up getting the power on the left hand side, and I'm going to get the supply in the middle because my teammate was getting the power in by the generator. And so I'm about to get that 500 points right on time, right when that supply depot finish, and so that gen is perfectly timed. And then after a few seconds, I'm going to go ahead and get that mini base. So right there I noticed cloak, so Arbiter went cloak right away, and after that I decided to go ahead and send my scout to go ahead and see what's going on. So what I do with the scout in general, as I go and grab that mini base, I try to grab a little bit of extra supplies or try and kill a unit, and then after that I go ahead and try and scout right away to see what they're doing. And here I noticed that the grunts are using their Y move, their grenades, spike grenades. So that told me that white is trying to be aggressive as well. Now, I wasn't paying attention at the time of what yellow was going, that yellow was Vortis, but I did check their base and I saw that it was going econ, and now I'm going to go ahead and scout orange, and then I'll end up scouting red as well. And they all pretty much showed the same thing. It was just econ in general with just nothing but front production. So I'm starting my double barracks that's going on. And the idea is to pump out a couple flamethrowers before I go ahead and start making snipers. And I am going to go bunker so I can put at least 3 snipers. That's my limit, 3 snipers I would put into a bunker. And I see a bunch of yellow units on the side. Glad I didn't grab that mini. And I'm just stalling with that one marine over there, trying to send him as far away as possible, trying to scout the remaining minis. And now I'm trying to start producing some infantry and flamethrower before that whole army starts heading over. So infantry production is still going on, upgrading supplies because I know I'm going to need it, and just still producing flamethrowers and infantry. Scouting wise, everything looks like it's econ, and they're not doing anything that's like screaming like raid camp or anything like that. And so the engagement has already started. I don't have as much units as they do, but I do have flamethrower units that are already here. Getting the grenade ability, looking back at this, would have been a very good move, and there's the grenade research ability. So maybe getting that a little bit sooner could have helped, but I'm still in a very good spot at the moment. Still got more flamethrowers being pumped out, and I'm making a sniper. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I saw orange attacking that base, and they have cloak, and here they are. They went and they cloaked. So I got one sniper being made, and then I'm trying to figure out where I can go ahead and place this bunker when I can. And grenade research just finished, and so still looking for that spot. I thought I can try and keep this sniper alive, but then I see them chasing him, so I go ahead and put that bunker down. I get him in there, and now I'm able to hold this position a little bit more better than before. And so we start clearing everything out relatively well, grenades going out to kill the remaining of the units, and that was a hold. So orange and yellow both came at me, and I was able to hold this fight with some difficulty, but I was able to do so. So I'm starting my push now again. Notice that orange still had a rally or an all unit that's going on over there. Got a couple snipers out, which is really nice, and we're going to go ahead and carry on with our push. I saw that yellow went and got a second base, and so I was going to go ahead and start attacking the base, and I told myself it's not going to happen because they saw the Vortis goo drop. So I sent units over there to try and get rid of that, and then I started taking this expansion base, but I couldn't because they already had units there, and they had way more units than what I expected. So now I'm in a very tough spot. Grenades going down. It's I'm trying to split my units to the best of my ability. The goop is going down. Bunkers are not ready yet. And unfortunately, I am starting to lose a lot of units. Snipers are going down. Marines are going down. My flamethrowers are going down. I'm trying to get additional bunkers. And now it was Shipmaster, so it's not Arbiter. So Shipmaster is now up and in play on this lane. And me trying to go ahead and get that base over there, which is not going to happen. They had a good drop, and their raid camp is over there as well. But I do have the 3 snipers, or at least 2 snipers hitting that Shipmaster, which is really nice. But I do notice that yellow's starting to head down here, so I'm still in a very tough position. So start getting my snipers out, sending them down. And this is something that I've learned here as well. Turns out, if you try to damage a Shipmaster while they're in that animation state, you don't get to do any damage to them, which is pretty sad. So it is what it is. We end up killing it. I end up throwing grenades associated with it, and that was that. But pretty much I'm getting pressured pretty hard between yellow and orange, and you know, Wardus is getting fed pretty well, and he knocked out my mini. So that's my cue to go to Tech 2 and just start backing up and trying to figure out what my next play is. Get additional bunkers up, and this expansion base is going to be my next point of interest. So the plan here was still keep up barracks production, because I know I'm going to need snipers, but I need to get a garage up. I need to start getting siege. So I'm trying to get like as best of a push that I can, a forward push, and I end up getting something there, but I still run into this like situation where he hasn't stopped with the production of infantry whatsoever, and I know my bunkers are feeding him, but it's really all I can do. I got to get this base up. And so Tech 2 has finally been reached. Got a garage up, and I'm going to get double barracks with an air pad. Now, I think at this point, I don't think I need double barracks. I think this is a mistake that I ended up doing, but fortunately, because I've been taking a lot of the brunt between yellow and orange, even though orange hasn't shown up anymore, the right lane is doing really strong, and I have been struggling on my lane. So there's elite enforcers and trying to figure out how to go ahead and handle this situation. Garage is done, trying to produce more snipers, but yellow has upgraded his infantry. Like, they are taking a lot more sniper shots, even though they're ranked 1 snipers. So I thought I can go ahead and make this engagement, but I couldn't. So I went and started retreating. I started micro-rolling them back and forth actually, and trying to clear out the infantry to the best of my ability. So now it's just a one-on-one between yellow and I, and I'm trying to continuously keep this pressure up, continuously upgrading infantry, and now I'm going to get this air pad because I need heals. This scoop is really becoming a problem in general, so that's the plan. And now I notice that yellow is going air, so I'm stuck in a very tough spot. My supply game it's all right. I'm only on 1 base here, working on 2 upgraded supply depots, or maybe 3, and it's just not enough. So engineers and air, it's a problem, but it's not enough where there's a lot where I have to start freaking out. So still trying to get the second base up, and still trying to figure out the best way to go ahead and start taking out some of this army as I continue to push. But as you can see, that grunt's taking so many sniper shots. Like, his infantry is leveled up pretty high. I'm finally getting my upgrades for it. So yellow decides to grab a base right in front of me, and so I decided, okay, if you want to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and try and fight this to the best of my ability. I got my snipers backed up, and we're able to avoid a little bit of damage there, and we got more units in. But now he has a locust, and at least I'm able to clear out what's in front of me. I'm gonna get a Mac down on that locust, gonna keep pushing through and clear out everything that's here, thinking I can go ahead and try and get a push going, but still focusing on econ. And then I saw a raid. At that point, I'm in trouble. I don't really have a good response to raids, and I still haven't made Kodiaks. My original game plan was double barracks, get Kodiaks and siege, and get Nightingale, secure a second base, but it's been incredibly hard to secure such a thing. So I was letting my teammate know that I was in trouble. My teammate at the time was dark blue, but light blue actually starts heading this way. He understands the trouble that I'm kind of getting myself into. But I'm still trying to do as much damage as I can with the units that I got. The infantry, they're holding they're trying to fire and do as much damage as they can. But I'm definitely in a tough spot. I don't have really much upgrades. I don't have much units. My population is relatively low. And I'm just in a complete retreat over and over again. So blue is here now with a little bit of an army. I'm trying to save units by putting down bunkers. And then light blue comes in with the air to go ahead and assist me. And I finally self-destruct that barracks. As I mentioned, the fact that I had 2 barracks there was a problem. But the air shows up and it's very helpful. He wasn't prepared for it and he was able to clear that out. And I went full supply on this base. The main reason why is because I need Kodiaks, I need Nightingales, I need a lot of supply intensive units. So I'm trying to get the Kodiak set up in a nice spot, which I actually end up getting into a nice spot. But still hurting on just my army comp and my econ game in general. So blue comes in to assist with some warthogs, and I'm trying to go ahead and see if there's any way I can go ahead and push and help out. So I start sending some additional units. I end up forward sending my Nightingales, and I end up taking more damage on that than what I needed. And there was a good ping by light blue just letting us know like, hey, orange is going to be coming in from the back. And so blue ended up getting displaced, and I was not aware of this. I was not aware of this until seeing this replay as we speak. So I'm here trying to still get a forward push, and really and truly I couldn't. Orange was right around the corner. I have overextended and I noticed this, and I'm trying to go for full scale retreat now because blue is starting to shift out. So I'm back on my own on my lane. I have Kodiak helping me out, and I do have more Kodiaks coming in. I'm trying to stretch out my siege line so if they do try to push me, I'll at least be in an okay position. I'm keeping the Kodiak up, but it's not upgraded. His units are upgraded. I'm not in the best position, honestly. At least that's what it feels like. So I have bunkers. I'm trying to get units in them. And I'm going to self-destruct this immediately because I don't want to feed him. And now you have both orange and light blue, and yellow, pushing me. I already lost my first siege unit. My second one's coming in. The bunker's trying to do the best that we can. A great mat goes down by Serena. The siege turret that I was trying to make, I had to self-destruct it because it was no longer going to be useful. Trying to get another bunker down, and like if you look at what they have, it's just not that it's enough to become a problem. My Mac wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be, but the stun was actually very helpful in itself. So I'm trying to get the Kodiak set up in position, but this Kodiak just doesn't want to listen. Kodiak logic can be quite annoying. But blue comes in and rescues me, knocks all those units out, and then helps me out with clearing out yellow as well. So supply game is going pretty strong, but I realized that I need to go ahead and make an extra garage. Game freezes for a sec, so I thought the game was over, but it ends up speeding back up, luckily. And so now I have blue on my lane, which is doing pretty good, and light blue's here too. But now if you look at the mini map, red is actually attacking light blue. This is a very tough position. They helped me out, and it worked out. But now they're kind of getting punished on this side. Fortunately, it's not much. It's just Wolverines and not a lot of units, so blue's heroes will be able to go ahead and handle that. Blue's getting a very good push in, and at this point I have 55 units, but honestly it doesn't feel like I have 55 units. I have more siege coming up, and it looks like yellow ends up self-destructing his base. And so we end up winning this match because of just great teamwork. Like, I was just on the struggle bus the whole time, honestly. Very thankful, very appreciative that my teammates rotated over to me when I needed the help. Which is why I like 3v3s, you know? Like, you can carry or you can get carried, and I still felt like I didn't do much this game, but we'll go ahead and see the stats afterwards to see what the results were. And look at this amazing micro with this hunter that ends up happening. Scope at him, I hit him, bring him back, turn around, hit him again, bring him back, turn it around, and my scout ends up getting hit by the hunter and ends up dying. Sag. But it's okay. Blue is trying to push mid, and honestly, with the amount of siege that we have, we're going to be okay. He is taking a cleansing like straight to the face. But did do Ghost of the Machine to take some of the Banshees, which was really nice. Did all units it though. But I put down a heal, and the heal wasn't even being used yet, but got the siege set up and everything is looking pretty good. I got digging in deep, so everything's super cheap now, and now I'm just grabbing extra bases because we're just really ahead and the game is practically over. And so there you have it. Orange's base gets self-destructed, red ends up leaving the game, and the tank push just continues. This game was relatively difficult. I think I held off the early really well going double barracks. Definitely could have gotten off the double barracks a lot sooner rather than later. Get extra supplies so I can get those Kodiaks pumped out. That would have helped if I got my Kodiak siege line set up a lot sooner. So those were a couple takeaways that I got from here. Of course, anyone else got takeaways, I'm all for it too. And so here's the W, 16-minute match. Look at the scoreboard. I somehow went 88 and 41, and let me tell you, it doesn't feel like I went 88 and 41, but my team in general, they all went positive, and the other team, they did not. And so that's about it. Have a good one, have a splendid one. Hope you enjoyed the commentary, and until next time, G out.